When I first heard about the program, I thought Cleveland was just another mediocre city. Ever since I've been involved, every day I've learned new great things about the city, and it just keeps looking better and better.
I think that the high point of this program is that I've gotten to meet tons of other people my age and meet great leaders of Cleveland, and now I understand so much more about Cleveland. It has really opened my eyes a lot.
Before I got involved with Look Up to Cleveland, I felt that Cleveland as a city was kind of dull, and I really didn't understand what was out there. Now I see a lot more opportunities, and I see a lot of youth and people my age who are going to be great leaders in our city, and I think our city is really going to become something very important.
What has these young people so enthusiastic about Cleveland? It is a 6-month program called Look Up to Cleveland. A program designed to take the students out of the classroom and provide them with a real-world insight into the city they call their home. Look Up to Cleveland provides them with a view of their city few people ever have. Jointly sponsored by the League of Women Voters and Leadership Cleveland alumni, it is intended to create a core group of leading young students who are committed to the progress of their city and the solutions of its problems. Look Up to Cleveland is directly inspired by Leadership Cleveland, a program that each year brings together a select group of adult leaders from a wide range of backgrounds. Look Up to Cleveland is similarly intended to identify and groom bright young people to play a significant role in the future of their community. Students are nominated for participation in the program by the principals of their high schools, which must be located here in Cuyahoga County. But only one student nominee per school is considered during the intensely competitive selection process. In the pilot year, 38 students were chosen for the first Look Up to Cleveland class. They reflected the diversity of the greater Cleveland area, but they soon formed a cohesive group sharing a common goal: to learn from others and, in the process, learn about themselves.
I think one thing that you want to all remember, regardless of whether you go on to school or you don't go on to school, and you look at opportunities in your life, weigh them on a risk-reward basis.
I think the Look Up to Cleveland program is an ideal way to encourage young people to stay in Cleveland. I think that it connects people at an early age with people that have committed themselves to the city and are working on a day-to-day basis to better the city.
Their curriculum began with an orientation retreat, where they became acquainted with each other, met with community leaders, and were introduced to Cleveland's history, people, neighborhoods, and the critical issues facing the city. Each month thereafter, they met for a day-long session in which the city became their classroom. Moving quickly around the city, the students were able to see firsthand how Cleveland works.
Taking a tour of the flats, because that's essentially, that is the industrial heart of the city. And taking it to our LTV steel, their new steel mill, electrical galvanizing steel plant, that's amazing. That is just a perfect example of high-tech industry. And that's something I think Cleveland should try to attract a little more aggressively.
The students visited Cleveland's business and industrial centers, as well as the famed Cleveland Clinic.
The day when you can get a pretty good job, although there are exceptions, but the day when you can get a pretty good job without a lot of schooling, I think is pretty much over.
At each site, business and media figures met with them, answered their questions, and stimulated further discussion among the students concerning Cleveland's quality of life.
Great community, great place to live, great sports, great culture, great school systems. Those kinds of things I think will keep the kids here, especially as we have a very mobile society. These kids are getting to travel, and what they're finding out is that Cleveland's a good place to be.
You know, and she looked at that.
Subsequent sessions focused on local government, giving the students an opportunity to discuss political theory and practice with actual civic leaders. But it was never just talk. Always the students were on the move from City Hall to the Justice Center. Throughout the program, student participants had direct contact with the people of Cleveland who make things happen. With these community leaders, discussion centered on Cleveland's critical issues, its strengths and its challenges and opportunities for the future.
community. Kids are our future, and we had to start with them. And I think that what the League of Women Voters did was to put a program together that's going to start in the high schools, indoctrinating the kids about what a great city they live in, so they become boosters, and as they go along, they promote the city and pass it on to other people that they come in contact with.
Except then we had Stapleton and Square and
so maybe pour that brown.
As a culmination to the program, the students were able to put all their experiences into action. Working in teams with the guidance of adult mentors, students formulated their civic visions for assigned neighborhoods in downtown.
Close off this area right in here. From here.
They were encouraged to think big, throw caution to the wind, and most importantly, to dream about the future they wanted for the city they had come to know so well.
How you doing? I'm Dave Gatherite, as you all know, and I am the Director of Cultural Affairs.
In the final session, students presented their visions to a panel of civic and business leaders who provided reaction and feedback.
One last thing I'd like to say, and that is, when I was in high school, I had an opportunity to participate in a leadership effort like this. And I want you to know it changed my life. I will guarantee that there will be some of you who will make your career choices in life based upon this experience that you've had. Just always remember the magic. Always remember that magic of your first enthusiasm over the prospect of being able to be of service to your community, of being able to make positive change in your community. Because if you stay at it, that's a magic that will be a part of your life for the rest of your working careers. Thank you.
These young people are the future of our community, and this Look Up to Cleveland program will help provide them a rare opportunity to get involved in their city. The experience they've had and the experience that will be shared by future classes will help motivate them to remain in this community as young adults. These students and those who follow will have the ability to contribute immeasurably to improvements that will help Cleveland realize its vast potential. Through this program, Cleveland's future is just a bit brighter.